What if I told you that one serving of this Indian butter chicken had only 300 calories, 35 grams of protein, 8 grams of carbs, and 12 grams of fat, with macros like that, and it tastes so delicious that you could eat the whole shebang and not feel like crap afterwards?
Hey, I'm Taylor. I'm a certified functional nutritionist and I am currently in culinary school. So everything I make comes from two angles. What does a chef do and what does a nutritionist know? And honestly, those things fight each other sometimes. So we made butter chicken in class and honestly, it was unbelievable. It was also nutritionally a lot. So I came home and made it my mission to start adjusting. And this version is what I landed on. Let me walk you through what I changed exactly and why. This traditional dish has a lot of butter and heavy cream. Heavy cream is about 400 calories for a half a cup. 400 calories. And most of that calories comes from saturated fat. Fat is the most calorie dense macronutrient compared to carbohydrates, which have 4 calories per gram, and protein, which has 4 calories per gram. Fat has 9 calories per gram. We are swapping the heavy cream out for 2% Greek yogurt.
Now, 2% Greek yogurt is only about 80 calories per half of a cup serving, so that means it has about 80% fewer calories
than heavy cream. Now I'm using chicken breast from the whole chicken that I butchered in my last video, and if you haven't watched that yet, it's linked in the description below. It's a step-by-step tutorial of how to butcher a chicken in less than 10 minutes. All right, it's time to make some Indian butter chicken, the healthy version, right now.
So here's our mise en place for today's Indian butter chicken recipe. You should have all of these ingredients prepared and ready to go, and our 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We're gonna start with our chicken breast, and since she's a little thick, we're gonna butterfly it. This is a technique I learned in culinary school. You're basically finding the thickest part of the chicken and slicing it horizontally so you end up with an even thickness throughout. It helps the chicken cook more evenly and stay nice and juicy. Next, I'm going to use my kitchen scissors to cut the chicken into about 1-inch cubes. I personally find kitchen shears so much easier than using a knife, especially if your knife isn't super sharp. Otherwise, you end up kind of hacking at the meat and it's much harder to get clean, even pieces. Now, I'm using an avocado oil spray here. While I don't believe it has 0 calories, it helps control how much you're using because oils are easy to overpour and those calories add up quickly, so you need enough just to coat the pan. 1 tablespoon of avocado oil is about 120 calories, so it's just something to be mindful of, especially if weight loss is a goal. And no hate, but I see a lot of chefs on YouTube using PAM, which is a vegetable oil blend high in omega-6 fats that can contribute to inflammation. Avocado oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, which are heart healthy and have a high smoke point, so it handles heat really well. Once your chicken gets a nice golden brown color, it's time to deglaze our pan. This is such a pro move. You can use water, chicken stock, or whatever you have. Scrape the little bits of chicken off the bottom of the pan. This is called the fond, and it adds a ton of depth and flavor to your sauce. Next, you'll add your diced onions, give that a nice little stir to coat evenly, and then about 1.5 tablespoons of ghee to the pan and cook until your onions are nice and translucent. Now we'll add our spices, garam masala, which is honestly like a warm hug. It's a staple in Indian cuisine, a mixture of cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, cumin, coriander, black pepper, and nutmeg. The rule in my kitchen is you have to take a mindful moment to smell everything. I'll add 2 teaspoons more of coriander and mix everything together. I'm also going to throw some extra ginger in there too because, I mean, why not? I love a little extra spice. You're also getting all of the amazing anti-inflammatory benefits. And let's not forget the paprika. I just love the color that it brings to this dish. So vibrant, so bold, so beautiful. And finally, we cannot forget the subtle sweetness that we get from our cinnamon stick. We will add that to our pan, stir, and let it get lost in those flavors. Once your spices are nice and combined, you're gonna add your chicken back to the pan and give it a nice stir to coat it completely in all of the spices. Next, you'll add your tomato paste to your pan and let it melt in with the chicken and the spices. So you're gonna have to stir it around just a little bit. Once your tomato paste is melted, you're going to add your tomato sauce. Now, after you stir this, everything should be coming together so nicely. Your sauce should be formed and it should be smelling amazing in your kitchen. And that, my friend, is how you know you're doing it right. After about 10 to 12 minutes, your chicken should be pretty cooked, and it's time for the last and final step. I'll turn off the heat here and take out a little bit of the sauce that I've just formed, and then I'm going to use that warm tomato paste sauce mixture to temper our Greek yogurt. If we added all of the Greek yogurt into the pan at the same time while it was hot, it would likely separate. We don't want that. So adding in a little bit gives the yogurt a chance to adjust before we add it back to the pan. Don't forget to remove that cinnamon stick before serving because it can get kind of lost in there. Gently fold your sauce into your chicken while stirring to make sure that every piece is evenly coated so that every bite is a tasty, flavorful explosion. Now that looks like some legit Indian butter chicken.
Now, you could serve this with a side of rice, or you can have it with cauliflower rice, maybe a side of mixed vegetables. I chose a smaller plate because a smaller plate means a smaller portion size. And honestly, I do have to try and control myself because this stuff is so freaking delicious. That is honestly part of the beauty of this dish, is that you probably could eat the entire thing and still not break the calorie bank. This is a reasonable portion. It's got about 30 grams of protein, 300 to 400 calories, and wow, honestly, it came out better than it did when I made it in class. You could use coconut milk instead of the 2% Greek yogurt if you wanted to. Coconut milk does have a higher fat content, but I find the Greek yogurt was a really nice alternative for the heavy cream because you can get 2% Greek yogurt, so it's lower in fat. The non-fat Greek yogurt probably wouldn't work here because it needs a little bit of fat content so that the sauce doesn't break. From the chicken breast that I butchered to the spices to the crushed tomatoes, tomato paste, this is a very, very budget-friendly meal, and I know that you are going to love it just as much as I do. So make sure you subscribe to my channel to see the other recipes that I make with that butchered chicken because there's more coming. And leave a comment. What recipes do you want me to healthify? What's your favorite takeout food that you want to see a healthy version of? This is absolutely delicious. I'm gonna go eat the rest of my chicken and probably have a second serving because I don't feel guilty about it. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.